The fans can make or break your movie, and you live or die by the fans. And I've been really lucky to have such supportive people, in my life, but also online, and people who are big fans of the work that I've been a part of. I remember being like 8 years old, sitting in my basement in the dark playing Resident Evil, and the dog jumped through the window and scared the living hell out of me. And that's one of my earliest childhood video game memories. And if I definitely wouldn't have been allowed to see the movie when I was 8 years old, but my dad might have snuck me in to see it. It's bigger and it's badder, and it is a lot of fun. Steven and I are having a blast. I think we're making something really special. Anyone who liked the first one, I think is going to really love the second one.
Welcome to Pink Villa. Firstly, what I wanted to ask you is, it's being touted as a Resident Evil film that has never been seen or done before. So what do you think it is about this reboot that sets it apart from all the previous, cult films that have come so far?
I just think that it is a true adaptation of Resident Evil 1 and 2. Johannes was such a big fan of the games. He went to Capcom. He asked for blueprints of the mansion and the police station. And there's so many Easter eggs. Anybody who grew up playing these games is going to lose their minds when they watch this movie. And if you didn't play the games, you still get this really fun 90s zombie movie that is very much a horror movie. This is a horror movie before anything else.
And the thing is, when it comes to adaptations, when you're adapting from a book or anything for that matter, there's always criticism from the very beginning. You're always open to criticism of how it's going to be. So what do you think the OG fans are going to love about this movie?
I think what Johannes did so well is he's taken so much from the games, but then he has added this connective tissue and built these relationships between these characters, and you get to see their flaws and you get to see what they're going through. And I think that makes them relatable to people watching the movie. So, fans of the games are going to get to see these set pieces that they want to see, and the production design that they want to see, and the Easter eggs that they want to see, and the characters they want to see. But if you just took the games and just adapted them straight to the screen, it would be a lot of opening doors slowly and lock picking doors, and it just wouldn't quite work. So I think what Johannes did so well is he stayed true to the games while building these relationships and making you care about these people, because if you don't care about them, then you won't care about the movie.
Speaking of the movie, it's a part of such a big franchisee, and you yourself have been a part of several big franchises, from Resident Evil to the DC universe. And, attached to all of these are the loyal fan base, with their spoilers and their fan fiction. What do you think about that level of, love for a franchisee, being a part of so many?
The fans can make or break your movie, and you live or die by the fans. And I've been really lucky to have such supportive people, in my life, but also online, and people who are big fans of the work that I've been a part of. And that means so much. It's when you're shooting something, you're trying your best to stay true to yourself, but also true to the people who love, the source material of what you're making. And I've just been really lucky to always be in good hands, and to have the people who are, kind of steering the ship really take into account what these people want to see. And for Resident Evil, Johannes is the right guy to have done that. He is a diehard fan. He really truly made what I think is the adaptation that fans of video games have been waiting for.
You're, like you said, you're a big gamer yourself. So what memories do you have with Resident Evil as a kid? And do you think a young Robbie would absolutely love what he sees on screen in this movie?
I remember being like 8 years old, sitting in my basement in the dark playing Resident Evil, and the dog jumped through the window and scared the living hell out of me. And that's one of my earliest childhood video game memories. And I definitely wouldn't have been allowed to see the movie when I was 8 years old, but my dad might have snuck me in to see it. I think what people are going to love is that it really delivers on what they want to see from the games. And it is a horror movie. It is a scary movie. The games were scary. The movie is scary. It's great.
And my final question for you is another project that people are super excited for is Code 8 sequel. And, what can fans expect from the Amell brothers on screen? I'm super excited to see that.
We are in week 4 of filming. It is going great. It's a Netflix movie. It's going to be Netflix across the board. they came in and they are supportive of the movie, and it's bigger and it's badder and it is a lot of fun. Steven and I are having a blast. I think we're making something really special. Anyone who liked the first one, I think is going to really love the second one.
We can't wait to see that, and we can't wait to see Resident Evil. Thank you so much, Robbie, for your time, and best of luck for the film.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.